It's never been like this. I'm practically there at the mountain. It's just over here. Dang. Come on, guys. It's never been like this before. Wonder if there's an accident. Clock is ticking. They know I'm in a hurry. Look at those beautiful flowers right there on that tree. Uh-oh. Make sure the cops aren't around. It's not that I have anything against the cops. I just want to be free. That's it. I got a device in my right hand. Look at that. Dang, that's what I'm trying to get to right there. It's never been like this before. Never has. I know the traffic's backed up on 78 right before the mountain exit. Dang, fellas. And we gotta sit behind one single red light. You know, that on-ramp light that flashes. You gotta wait for that thing to change. Man, look at that. That's why it helps to have somebody with you. To be driving or something like that. I'll just tell them to let me out right here. I'll just jump over the guardrail. I was gonna say, Da Vinci, you crazy. Climb over the rocks. Dang, at this rate, I'm not gonna get in until 7 o'clock. Come on, people, go. All of this just to look at some leaves and a blue sky with a orange bowl in it. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, they must have some kind of accident at Park Place. I think I hear a siren going. Maybe everybody's headed to the mountain once they figured out about the angel tree watching my YouTube videos. And it's causing a traffic jam. Stone Mountain's about to make bank on that. For real though. Dang, not moving. And there's going to be a lot of jokers up here too, clogging up the right-hand lanes just so they can jump all the way up at the front, then try to switch over, hold up traffic. I'm going to be using that exit-only lane for Stone Mountain Park. There they go. Are they coming up behind us? Yeah, something must have happened. There they go. The hero truck. Time to bump them off the road. Yeah, it must be right up here at the top, man. Right up here. If they got the entrance closed to Stone Mountain Park, we just screwed up hardcore. Man. Okay, well, if I can get in by 6:30, I'll be alright. That gives me 2 hours to enjoy a little bit of heaven before the sun goes down. Yeah, this thing's probably right up here. I see some blinkers in the right-hand lane. They probably got a couple of lanes shut down. We're gonna have to get over 3 lanes just to get back over 1 lane. Dang, we're so close. I remember one time when I was a kid, I was playing baseball and my mom got in an accident. She was rear-ended, which caused... There they go right there, right, yep. Someone flipped off the road. How about that? Not really Da Vinci style, but... Dang. Alright, let me get off the phone. Is my light green or red? Maybe they were watching one of my videos while they were driving. And they ended up off the embankment over here on the side. Dang. That wasn't too bad. We got to see something exciting. You should have seen the accident. It was hardcore. Talk about being rear-ended. Jeez. Not making time that bad, really. I mean, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to drive at the same time while filming a video. Looks like they don't have it. They're going to have to pay and we're going to have to sit behind them. Dang it. Man, they're not going to go through the gate. I can tell. Okay, cool. They thought Da Vinci style on that. They got a brand new vehicle. First thing they did was put on the the parking decal. That's really Da Vinci style right there. That'll be the first thing I'm going to do when I got a new vehicle. Put on the pass. Oh, I'm just so glad I'm back out. Man, why you gotta drive a truck that looks like that? I know why. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a squirrel in the road. Stop. I just passed the Stone Mountain Cop and there's nobody behind me. So you know what that means. Gotta be careful. Dang, this place is always packed. Right here. Is it empty today? This is one place I haven't been to in a while. People like to hang out. I gotta change my clothes though. Look at that, dang. I just want to hang out in the woods for a while. Yep, they got the little tiny car. Trying to back up. Damn, look at that. Beautiful. Very nice indeed. Let me go ahead and change my clothes. Why the heck am I always asking for permission? We're back. That's exactly what I came here for. This. Gotta rejoice in the time that you have. It's gonna be different with every single day. Up until a certain point, that is. I mean, it's gonna be darker out here. The leaves are gonna be darker, fuller. Makeup's gonna be placed on perfectly. And it'll be like that for, about 3 months. But as it gets applied and as things grow, you gotta experience every last second, really. Oh man, look at that. I know we're really not that close to the mountain. What is this called? I think it's called the Trail of the Muskogees. I'm not going to call it one of the least popular spots on the mountain, but it's a very secluded spot right before you get to the main part of the park. Hello. You're beautiful. Guess I came out here for that too, to tell them that. I'm gonna say, hey man, go down to the water. Well, I want to look around and record what I can. for this day. Thank you for these days. Every time I do something like this, it always feels like I just got out of jail. Well, technically, kind of, it's just, I'm not going to call work jail. I mean, I was beat down during architecture school, I was. Those were some long days. Never able to leave the house, never able to leave the studio. And then before I did that, I worked literally 80 to 90 hours a week for like 13 years. And then something got a hold of me big time. Oh man, that's a good picture right there. Look at that. Imagine this picture in November. Imagine it in July. I don't know if nature likes it when the humans come out, though. I keep talking with them, though, I do. I talk to them all the time. Tell them how much I love them. Talk about unconditional love. Oops, did I just scare a turtle? No, I was just seeing things. Here they come. I bet that water's cozy right now. It's about 83 degrees today. Probably about 79 at the moment. Hope you enjoy my little Stone Mountain videos. I know they're not much. Yeah. A long time ago when I used to do this thing when I was on summer break and spring break and all. I used to come out to places like this and just lay in the woods. That was it, looking up. Had no money. All I had was time. But every time I take reference pictures like this, just random pictures out of nowhere, a different kind of memory for me to remember and fill up the external hard drives if I can. Every time I go back and look at pictures that I've taken months before, years before, especially when it has to do with this, nature itself, you talk about bringing a different kind of smile to my face. It's almost like you can't wipe the grin off my face. Makes me feel like I did something good, though, when I do that. Why do I take so long to do everything, though? I was going to wear the creek walking shoes, though, I really was, so I can just step in for a little while. Or just sit on a rock and just put my feet in. That's what I plan on doing. I was just like, I'm just going to, keep it dry for today. We're going to be getting on a kayak tomorrow. A little bit of a hazy sky. Good thing is I don't see a lot of garbage. know you probably want me to tell you that story I was started with when the accident, we were passing the accident, when I had to put the phone down. Because the DeKalb County Police were sitting out there. Man, you talk about bad accident. Someone got hit hardcore. Something you don't want to get involved with. Yeah, that was a bad one that we witnessed. I mean, you didn't witness it on camera or anything like that. But apparently, I guess somebody was texting and driving, and traffic was stopped in front of them. You know, like your typical bad driving YouTube videos that you always watch, always film. And you could see the skid marks, like they looked up at the right time, but the wrong time, a little bit too late. And you saw the skid marks, and there was just a bunch of dirt and debris all over the place. 4 cars in total that were hit from behind by somebody. Caused a chain reaction. But you talk about a devastating accident, man. Everything was totaled on the back end. To feel the sun on the face. Hey, how's it going? All right. Beautiful. It smells good out here too. There's some kind of flowering plant I can't really look at the moment because I don't want to trip up. See, I'm going to look at this picture that I'm taking now. Look at that picture 5 months from now and just start laughing, smiling. There's people out here. A lot of history around here. I know that for a fact. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you that story. There was just people standing around, so I had to stop. That's crazy. Yeah, so basically, I was cutting up about how it helps when you have another person with you or driving or something like that. And so they could have let me out. And I would just climb over the boulders on the side of the on-ramp, the road to get on 78 East. And so I was just cutting up about that. But I remember this one time my mom was rear-ended in the vehicle she was driving. She was trying to take me to a baseball game after work. It was about 3:30 on like a Saturday or something like that. She had some kind of office job. And I was dressed up in uniform, had the bat bag ready to go. I was like maybe 13, 14 years old. You know, summer league kind of thing. In a place called Dunwoody Senior over there. Off of Roberts Drive. Over there by 400 Northridge, that kind of place. And hold on. Oops. Hello. I'm good. How about you? And so we were sitting on the top of the bridge at 285, crossing over on Chamblee Dunwoody, and we were just sitting there. This is like, I'd say 1992, 93, something like that. And the cars in front of her were stopped. And so she stopped, like normal, at a light. And I'll never forget it. Somebody rear-ended her so hard that it pushed her into the vehicle in front of us. And, she drove like a 1981 Honda Accord at the time. You talk about vintage today. I still wish I had that little rinky-dink car back. You don't know how important it is to keep things, the spirit of things alive, People laughed at us because it was out of date. It was like 12 years old. But imagine having that car today. Yeah. Imagine having that car today. How cool it would be to have such an item. 1981 Honda Accord that my uncle paid like $1,000 for from some old lady who was trying to sell it. Had like 35,000 miles on it. And anyway, we were still, hello, that's a butterfly. We were still about 5 miles from the baseball field. And so she was involved in the accident. So I just got out of the vehicle and grabbed the backpack and I ran all the way to the baseball field. About 4.5, 5 miles I ran that way to try to make it to the baseball game. So I wasn't late. Yeah. Nothing ever stops us, does it? Not even an accident. I'm going to get out and start running. How does that sound? Get out and start running. Yeah, that's what smells so good out here. These little ladies right here. These flowering plants. Always come out to, smell them this time of year. Beautiful. Yeah, but I'll never forget that. But you know what? There's an addition to the story that I'm going to tell you, though. I think it was the birth of my spinal problems. Well, actually, that happened when I was like 5 or 6 years old, 3 or 4 different times at my grandpa's place. Dang, beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, my grandpa's place, and I was trying to do jackass style, things at the house where we used to live with the grandparents. Every time I try to fly off the house. 2 stories on the backside, flat roof, and 1 story on the front, slanted roof. And I try to design some kind of flying contraption, try to fly off the roof. And I put pillows in a mattress at the bottom so it would catch me in case I didn't fly. And then I fell out of a tree when I was putting up a swing, and I was putting up a basketball goal one time. And I was hanging on, and I fell on my behind, and I think I caused some kind of fractures or something like that, pinched nerves in my back. But the neck problems, I think, were caused by the accident that my mom had. I know you're going to laugh about this, but I'm laughing about it today still. I am. But, back then, back in the early 90s, it wasn't really a law to wear the seatbelts. I know you're going to say, oh no, don't tell me you went. Yes, I went through the windshield. Went through the windshield. And the strange thing is that when you get into a vehicle accident or something like that, when something happens like that so quickly and you're out of control of your body, you don't have control about the motions of the body. When the laws of nature kick in, when they take over, when you don't have control, it's almost like you can't remember the moment. I can barely remember when I hit the windshield in my head and shattered it. But I didn't feel anything bad. It didn't really hurt. You're going to say, Da Vinci got a hard A head for real. Yeah, but I was stunned for about 30 seconds and there was smoke all over the place. Shattered window in front of me, the windshield, from where my head practically went through the windshield. And so we were just sitting there talking. She was like, you need to get to the game. And I was like, I know I do. Of course, we didn't have cell phones back then. But I just grabbed my stuff and I just took off onto the baseball field, nearly 5 miles away. Yeah. You gonna say you didn't go to the chiropractor? You didn't go to the doctor? No. You know me, I don't go to doctors. The soul needs no doctor. Beautiful. Can't stop looking. Oh boy, look what we get to pick up here. Boy. You're gonna say, hey man, you should have had the garbage bags with you. Yeah, I know, tell me about it. Wasn't really thinking. Luckily there's not too much out here to pick up. If I had my kayak out here, you better believe that thing would be full later. More pictures to smile about later. Seriously, I don't know what I'm trying to attempt or get to out here. I'm just walking. There's that smell again. There's that smell. Trying to track that thing down. Oh yeah, I remember this spot. Swear I took a few vertical pictures a long time ago. Can't really see the screen. Oops. You know, I really should have, not should have, but I really could have gotten on a kayak today. I could have, way down there, and soaked up the rays for the first time this year on the kayak. But that's what tomorrow's for. But you know, the reason I didn't do it today is because I don't have a swimsuit on. I don't have anything that looks appropriate while I'm on the kayak. It's so clean out here though. It's exactly what I like. Fine, I'll pick it up. I know you're talking. I know you are. Walking someplace yesterday after work. They told me to pick up something. A piece of a broken plastic pipe. They know I can't pick up everything. But some of the time I have to. Even if it takes an entire weekend, I got to. See, this is what I need to be doing a lot of later. Instead of my face facing the ground, or in a creek bed or something like that, or in gravel bars for hours on end and just whatever. I should just walk through heaven like we used to. And just talk like I used to. and look at things like we used to. With a bit of wonder, curiosity, with a pocket full of garbage bags. Gotta record those times, because you don't know when your last spring is. You don't know when your last spring is going to be. A lot of you modern day people out there are going to say, why don't you just, if it's your last, it's your last. There's nothing you can do about it. Well, you're right about that. There may not be something you can do about it, but you can dang sure record what you can. So when the next winter time rolls around, you can just go back through some videos and whatever and just live through the moments and be like, that was a perfect spring right there. Remember those days like it was yesterday. That way you can hold on to it. Even in the depths of cold, you can hold on to it. Now this is starting to look a little bit more like, what do you call that, Gold Branch Park? Over there by the Chattahoochee, Morgan Falls area. The sun's at that angle, and I'm coming around the bend. It's starting to remind me of that. Because there's this one spot, oop, here we go. I'm starting to get turned around. That temporary amnesia is starting to work. There's this one turn, if you make it at the perfect time. Now you know about those stories I tell you. When it comes to this, there's this one turn when you're facing Morgan Falls. If the sun's at the perfect angle, it looks exactly like this. Same kind of rocks, everything. Right on the corner. And if I just stand here long enough, I can put myself in that spot because everything matches. Not really 100%, let's just say about 83%. And I'll be transplanted over there in Sandy Springs in a blink of an eye. But I know exactly what you're thinking. Those boulders over there on that side, on that corner, right at tip top part of the, bottom of the park, those rocks kind of overlap the water a little bit. Oops. Let's let the people by. Had to let those people pass. They got the cute little dog. Let them go first. I don't know what's wrong with me though, I don't. I keep asking that question, what did they do to me? I've been like this for a while now. I'd say at least 7 to 8 years, I think. I don't know. I don't look the part though. I don't have a long scraggly beard and wear camouflage all day. Sounds like we have kids coming. All right. They're going to be running. Better prepare for that. Need to go around the mountain a little bit more in the woods. Go around looking for some more geocaching boxes. I know there's got to be more. I know where, I think 4 or 5 are. All right, I'm trying to get closer to these things so I can smell them. Well, there's a lot of insects on them. So, we'll leave them be. Yeah, dang. No turtles yet. They might be partying. Getting ready to go out to the club tonight. It is Friday night. Yeah, this is one of those typical spots. You gotta bring out the plastic bags and get the garbage. Well, actually, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, cool. Imagine being out here all day, though. Beautiful. I think they're coming. Yeah, I'm trying to pick up the pace a little bit. Besides, it's only 7 o'clock. I hear them, but I don't see them. Huh. Excuse me, guys. Don't need to be stepping on anything. Oops, my bad. It's the best route to take. Got roots we can't step on. There's a rock right here. Guess this is the reason why I should have wore the creek walking shoes. Just for this one moment. Different kind of obstacle course. Oh, look at that. Heck yeah. There's a duck with the babies. She's got 4 of them with her. Well, you can't see, it's too dark over here. There they go right there. She's got like 6 of them. Cute. Here they come. Alright, what am I supposed to do? I don't want to scare them though. They're coming our way. We're going to have to find a detour to get back. I don't want to have to, disturb them. There's nothing more sad than watching a bunch of baby ducks just run all over the place when they see a threat like the human race. Hey, that rhymed. Oh, there's a trail up there too. I see the people. Yeah, I'm going to have to try to find a detour to get back. Yeah, I'll never forget that one time I felt really bad was when I was at this one place. And I was cutting up this old road deep out in the forest. And I know you remember that video. I was looking for heaven out there that I discovered a long time ago. This one part of heaven, I was trying to get back out there and look for places to take pictures and all. And I was cutting up, and there was this wild turkey with a bunch of her babies and all. She just like went all crazy. Spread out the wings and started circling and all this other stuff. And I saw like 5 or 6 little tiny ones about the size of my fist, and they were just like going all over the place. And you talk about feeling bad. I felt horrible for like 3 months after that. Man, that's when you know life is simple. When something like that bugs you for 3 months. I don't see them. I guess they hopped out or something like that. They're probably walking around. Adorable. They were tiny. case I don't want to hear any loud, quacking as they all disperse and they get lost, whatever the babies do. Alright, well, I can't see them. I guess they're hiding someplace. That's a good sign. Okay. Have to keep a lookout for them when I come back. Right on. Oh, hey Doves. How's it going? My bad. Man, there's garbage all over the place. Over here. Oh, man. Yeah, there's about 7 or 8 bottles right up in here. Plastic bottles. Dang it. Please tell me I can find a garbage bag out here someplace. And we still have about an hour. More than an hour and 20 minutes. It's not like the other after work adventures. I mean, I could be out here till 9 o'clock and still get out safely. But I do have to get home and eat for the first time all day. What do you think I'm going to capture on video? A ghost? No, ghosts kind of don't exist. I mean, I learned the hard way that they do. That's a squirrel. Dang. These flowers are hanging right over the water. They're trying to challenge me to find the truth. Oh, here's one right here. That's exactly what I wanted right there. If anybody saw me doing that, they would think I was crazy. Grown man, big muscles, muscular, smelling flowers. Oops, sorry. You already know what this place is right here. I mean, you don't know what this place is. You already know what this is. Where they have dumped the granite rocks. This is not natural. They dumped these from like an old road up there or something like that. I've been up there a few times, but it's been a while since I've been up there. Hello, sycamore. Lived to be 488 years old at least. Yeah, look at that, man, dang. Of course, a lot of this stuff does not come from the park itself. It comes from being blown all over the place. From like the roads and stuff like that. Out of people's vehicles. The main creek is right here. That feeds the lake. Oops. Yeah, see, that's part of the construction progress right there. Part of what they used out here. That's a humongous thing right there. That thing's going to be, that thing might be there for, it could last as long as a few thousand years. But what if your technology's got so great, so crazy out here in this part of the universe? What if your technology's got so crazy that they just set you back in time and cut you off and ended it? And then you start developing again, evolution starts coming back. Things start to manipulate the way they started off every single time. And then you come back to find something like this. Had to stop the video, had to make sure it wasn't on slow-mo. So many times I made that big mistake when I thought I was shooting a video and I was shooting a different kind of video and it was in slow-mo mode. Slow motion. Dang. Some videos that had to be deleted because of that. Not saying it happens every time. Not saying it happens often. It just happens more than it should. Yeah, just dumped. Taken from another location, probably when they built 78. That had to be where this came from. There's 78 on the other side over here. You hear it. Highway 78. That had to be where all these granite pieces came from right here. Had to be. When they had to blast through the rock to build the roads. Like the ones you were looking at when I was sitting in all that traffic. Oh, look, there's turtles on the logs. Huh. Yeah. Thought that was somebody standing there. If they see me, they're gonna panic. There they go. Little turtle sitting on a log. Oh, dang it. Man. See, they can hear my frequency even though I'm whispering. See, turtles can hear? They can. You're going to say, Da Vinci, this is one of your classic, long, boring videos where nothing happens. Well, there's a lot of YouTube videos like that. Other people have the same kind of videos. I'm not going to call them boring, it's just life. That's it. I'm recording life. No sunglasses just sitting around like I normally find. Oh, beautiful, look at that. It's like the early morning. Looks just like early morning coming through here. trying not to step on the roots. I was going to tell you a story about something else, one of my ideas. I don't know if I have enough time, but, you know, even if the sun goes down, I still have time. I had this great big idea that was going to help me knock out some of my concepts in my videos. I came up with this idea. You know, it takes a lot of time to do these exploring videos and stuff like that and go out looking for the good stuff and go to do my other hobbies and stuff. It takes a lot of time to do these videos because I put so much work into it. I mean, it's not easy covering a lot of miles, a lot of real estate, whatever it is. It's not easy, especially when the battery and the memory doesn't cooperate. Makes it even harder to do it. That's why they keep backing up all the video ideas. That's just part of it, really. That dang green spot is in the way. I'm going to have to Photoshop that thing out. Personal, not for show. Beautiful. Yeah, but I had this idea about a good way to knock out a good bit of my videos, my concepts and my thoughts and my philosophy and whatever it is. Things I need to talk about, get off my chest. That kind of thing. Was just lay down in bed, right before bed, and just talk. It was supposed to be called Talks in the Dark, is what it was. Talks in the Dark. I just lay in bed, and all you do is look at the black screen. That's all I do is just talk about a lot of my ideas. Thoughtful ones, concepts, whatever. Could be anything. But I haven't started it yet. I just got that idea like 2 months ago. I've been busy. Oh, look, we just found something. What the heck? I guess someone had their Ziploc bag closed or something with that. Maybe it's a different kind of roach clip or something else. Oh yeah, look at that. Thanks for the memories always. Always keep them coming. For real though. Yeah, but I had this idea. Alright, you know, I've studied the human race so long. I'm not going to call it judging. I just studied the human race for a good part of my life. I have. Everything that you do, everything that they do, even when they're not doing it, I study it and try to think about life itself, the meaning of it all, you know? And I remember this one time I went to somebody's house. I forgot what I was doing. I think I was delivering pizzas or something like that. They were having a party. Or I was delivering something. I forgot what it was. And I went to this house that was like, they were newlyweds. And they had the wedding pictures all over the place. Literally all over the place. You know, that's normal. It is. That's normal. You're going to say, Da Vinci, what are you talking about? That's normal. Yeah, it is. Well, it is normal, but to me, I had to think about something else when it came to that. You go into their place, and this was like back in like 2005, 2006, up in Swanee. And yeah, I'll never forget the address, never forget the house, never forget the subdivision, never forget the road. And of course, I'm not going to tell you where it is. But so I go into their house, and I was doing something. Young couple, probably in their, I'd say, late 20s. Newlyweds, and you walk in, and all you see is just bright metallic silver frames all over the place. Even above the mantle, they had their wedding picture, the main wedding picture of the two of them, you know, hugging, that kind of thing. You know, you got the kiss, you got the one with the with the cake splattered on the guy's face, that kind of thing. And so I was looking at him, I was sitting there thinking to myself, and comparing that to the times you go into somebody else's house, like a family member's house or grandpa's place, grandma's place, and you don't see that. And I was sitting there trying to put the ideas together and try to come to a conclusion about something. But the divorce rate these days is sky high. It is. And who knows, they're probably divorced. They probably got divorced 5 years after they got married. But I'll never forget that. I mean, literally every single picture they had in the house was from the wedding. And when I was comparing that to other examples, other experiences that I've gone through, and looking at like my place, for instance, you got the fancy mirror above the fireplace, that kind of thing. You got all these crazy pictures all over the place. It made me realize that times change. They do. So I had this idea. I guess it's a way to try to, what am I trying to say? A way to keep the, there's nothing stronger than love is what I'm trying to say, but I mean, to me, when you do something like that, you gotta think of putting up all those pictures of your wedding, especially the big picture of the both of you on top of the mantle, above the mantle. When you do something like that, there's something very temporary about what you did. Something extremely temporary. Because times change, they do. Times change, things change. There's nothing more temporary than putting pictures on the wall, putting vases out, putting decorations out, home decor. There's nothing more temporary than that. Because the styles change over time. Everything changes over time. And it made me think about something though. I put myself in their shoes, like I was married to the hot lady myself. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, over time, when they decide to take those pictures down, it makes you feel that you might be doing something wrong. You see what I'm saying? You start grabbing the pictures and you're saying, this one's been out long enough. We need to put it away. All these marriage pictures and stuff, the wedding pictures. The one of us above the mantle, kissing. One of the best pictures taken in your life. And it's above the mantle. But you want it to change. You want it to go away. You want to put something else, like a big screen TV on top of the fireplace. Do whatever. A different painting. Something a friend gave you, perhaps. Maybe it's a Chipper Jones jersey, signed after the '95 World Series. But when you start taking those pictures around and moving things around like that, it almost makes you feel, to me, it would make me feel that love was fading away, like the love doesn't exist anymore. It's like the love for each other has diminished to a point where we have to take the pictures down. Oh, we can do without, yeah. We've been married for about 5 years. We can start taking the pictures away. And I thought about that. Why would you put the pictures out in the first place like that? Maybe 2 or 3 won't hurt. But like wedding pictures and stuff, I tell you what. Wedding pictures are more for the bedroom. If you catch my drift. That's where love really develops, in the bedroom. That's where the wedding pictures should be. For real though. So I had this little idea about that, It's like, why can't you make a big, perfect book and sit it on a coffee table? Make your own coffee table book. All the wedding pictures go into a grand book that's a foot thick on the coffee table. Gold gilt, solid gold, Silver? Platinum? Anything to show how perfect your wedding was and that it will last forever. Man, it hasn't been high out here in a while. Maybe I'm just looking at it differently. I haven't seen that out here before. The middle sandbar, whatever that is, the mud. So think about that. Maybe you're going to say it doesn't matter, but maybe it does. You always have to put a spiritual swing on everything to understand how life develops. Because once you start taking those pictures off the wall, start moving them around, putting them in drawers, as if you don't care anymore. Because maybe something diminished, but maybe that is what causes it to diminish and go away over time. It's because you know you got to change something. And you end up changing the wrong thing, taking the wrong thing down. But the thing is, you know, those wedding pictures can't stay on the wall and above the mantle forever. You know that for a fact. So try something else, something different. Dang, look at that. Little bits up the mountain. So many times I've been on top of the mountain looking down here. Now we're on the flip side of things. Hello. Talking to the trees out here. So that's what they look like out here before millions of them were cut down to use for lumber. What else did I have an idea when it came to that, though? When it came to the wedding pictures, you're going to say, Da Vinci, you have no experience in that. What are you talking about? You don't know anything at all when it comes to that. Let us do what we want to do. Well, you have that right. You do. It's just an idea. That's it. To try to prolong things. Make things last longer, especially when it comes to love. There's nothing worse than realizing that you don't like your spouse anymore and you look up at pictures on the wall that are meant to show love, and then you just end up throwing plates at them or something. Try to find a better place for the pictures. Oh yeah, remember this spot over here? This is when I was on my kayak and there was like a tricycle or something in there. And I rammed it with my kayak. I picked up some speed one day. I was out here, I picked up some speed because I wanted to hit it. And let's hope that's not what caused the accident out here. The one today. Dang, that's a big A rock right there. Boulder. Why am I talking about it like I'm looking at it for the first time? Now see, I don't know if these aren't dumped here. These are not. Those aren't dumped here. Those are from Highway 78. Blasting through heaven to get what you want. If you want to get stuck, that's the place. Oh yeah, I know where I am. That bridge is right up here, the one you have to cross under. Is it? I think it is. I can't really see it. But I think the bridge is over here, the one you have to cross under. And you have to follow the creek around to the left, immediately to the left. Little tiny tributary that combines with another one next to the highway. And you have to make an immediate left. and you have to go a little bit further through the marshy zone. But you can get through with a kayak, you can. But some days you'll just have to walk. In that quartz granite rock, that looks something like this actually. It's like a combination of this. A bit of quartz, granite mixed in. And I think it's got writing on it. Thought it was a gravestone when I found it. Probably about 2 feet long, 2.5 feet long by about 1.5 feet wide. The edges are all finely chipped. You know, kind of like looks like this around the edges, real rough. Almost like a perfect rectangle. Looks like it had hieroglyphics or something on it, covered in a little bit of moss. And I didn't think anything of it. I just went on my merry way. What a mistake. Should have taken pictures of it. But that was a long time ago. I don't think I had my iPhone. I'm thinking though. You know, a little baby tree of life that I saved in a creek. I just picked up the seed that was starting to grow after the floodwaters came through, and it was just in the water, deep in the water. And I didn't want it to die, and I just saved it. Thought it'd be a cool little hobby just to babysit it for a while, see what happens. I still don't know what kind of tree it is, but I thought it might have been one of these oaks. What is this, like a chestnut oak or something like that? Thought it might have been one of these. I still really can't tell right now, it's still too young. But those things might be able to live at least 350 years. The ones you always find up in the mountains in places like this too, rocky zones. Well, I feel like I'm cornered. The sun's getting lower. Still got about 45 minutes. This one part of the park I haven't been in is that side over there. That hilly zone behind the police department. I know what you guys are going to say. You're going to say you're going to get yourself in trouble. No, not exactly. I see people fishing out there all the time. I think there's a dock just around the bend. You go around the bend and there's the dock. I don't know if they're supposed to be out there. I mean, I used to see them out there all the time when I came by in my kayak, but I mean, this one time I rolled by and this one guy that was sitting out there, he got up and he just grabbed his stuff, and he just, once he saw that I saw him, he got up and left really quickly, is what I'm trying to say. You know there's going to be a chain link fence up here. There's always a chain link fence. I've never been up here before. Look around. I mean, there's a trail here. Where it goes, I don't know. I just like to go until I can't go anymore. What do we have here? Oh, one of those fast-growing maples. I think that's what that is. I think I saw that a long time ago and actually thought it was a signal tree. Like a trail tree right here. Oh yeah, it's definitely a maple. Maybe somebody back in the 70s tried to make it look like it was 800 years old. is where some of the garbage comes from, right here. What's that say on it? Matty B's. Hot Matty B's chicken. All right, Waffle House, gotta be. Cookout. No, it's Cookout. I wasn't even looking at it. See, this is where people just circle back around. Yeah, look at all this mess up in here. About to make its way into the lake. That's the on-ramp right here. I can tell there's no cars going the opposite direction. That's the we were just over there. We were just over there. What a perfect day today. You talk about a perfect day, it was yesterday too. I had a great day at work, was extremely productive, over the top. Got out at not my normal time, but got out at an earlier time. And then I went to go exploring a little bit after work. Then I went to the gym and did 1 hour on the elliptical machine. Went home, ate dinner, worked on a video, and felt very happy for what I did. Makes me wonder though, why do people come out here like this though? I'm doing the same thing. Well, there are cars going the opposite direction. They're just on the other side of the that side road that takes you on and off 78. Hugh Howell, I think it is. This would have been my entrance. That's cool though. We just did a giant circle, driving and walking. You know what though? I've gone too far to be going this slow. We'll take that back. Let me rephrase that. I'm moving too slow to go as far as I have gone. At this hour. Oh boy, the further I go, the more the sun goes down. There's another one right here. Looks like the beaver's been at work. See, there we go. We were stopped right there. There's the granite wall formation right there. You know what? I just had a thought about something. Maybe the Department of Natural Resources cut those in the fence so the deer can get by. So the deer can cut through. I mean, if the deer were in the roads over here, they can cut through the fence. I just thought about that. US 78. Sorry about the long video. I like to make them long. It's almost like living a double life. A different kind of keeping time. Yep, we're at the end. Well, don't say the end. We're at the spot to turn around, I think, unfortunately. Dang. Yep, there's the bridge. That's the one. I don't know about you, but I'm having an absolute blast out here. Wonderful time. It's weird though. It's like every time I do something new, not new, let me rephrase that. Not do something new, but every time my soul and my mind and my body, the experience that I go through as I pass through space and time, the three-dimensional space out here. When I see a geometry, when I see a dimension, when I see something for the first time, I've been down there about 10 times in my kayak and always looked up, always looked around. And then after like the third or fourth time, it's like everything looks the same. And I'm not going to say it's like getting bored with it. It's just a different kind of map within a mind. It's like once you do it for the first time and you keep doing it, it's almost like that saying. What's that saying about? I forgot what it was. It was like if you keep doing the same thing, you're a dumb or something like that. You know what I'm trying to say. It's like if there's no change and you keep doing the same thing, you know exactly that saying that I'm talking about. Kind of makes me feel like that. Like I'm always wanting greatness to happen, want change for good, but if I keep experiencing the same things, then If it never changes, then what good is it? But every time I see something and get excited about something for the first time, like this, what my body itself, what my mind is experiencing for the first time out here, at this angle that is. I've come out to the same location many, many, many times, but I haven't been standing where I'm standing at the moment. So there's something about the soul that likes that, though. Poor deer. There's a skeleton next to me. I don't know if you saw it. Well, maybe that's what happened. Maybe somebody hit a deer and the deer was injured, found its way through here and just fell asleep. And then time took over. What was that? I heard what you said. You said something. The human race gonna think I'm crazy. They already do. I can't help. I have some kind of perfect gift. Did you say something about the vine? I heard that. No, I'm not the guy who puts out the old signs that say English ivy kills trees. Haven't seen those in a while. Yeah, a lot of places to explore. The list has grown exponentially. I've found so many different areas, like state parks that I've never been to before, different kayak spots I need to try to get into. All these different locations that are going to, I think I discovered another 50 locations when it comes to doing this kind of hobby. Another 50. I mean, like old mill houses up in like Jackson County, these little state parks around the places, absolutely beautiful areas that I never knew existed, that I got to try to get out to and just experience that. Take a crap load of pictures for real though. If it's for the deer, that's good. Give them a chance to escape the hell of the highway and enter into heaven. I'll tell you something though, but there's like this idea that I had. Sorry, dang it. Don't break the geometries. They're meant for a reason. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to break the broken stick. Yeah, but I had this idea one time. There's something that I want to try to do. I don't know if I can do it though. Why do I talk about criminal activity on the iPhone, but it's not criminal activity? So, I'm a thrill seeker. But I had this idea one time. You know, up and down different locations, like on the freeways and stuff, especially further out you get Metro Atlanta. They got those brand new walls that they put, those sound barriers, because all those new subdivisions are going up all over the place along the freeways. And they put up those sound barriers. And don't go the wrong way. And so they got those sound barriers. And you know, about every, I don't know how many feet or how many half mile, whatever, I don't know. But you notice they have those doorways that you've noticed. Have you seen those before? You know, you're driving by on the freeway and you see the doorways that almost like they lead to nowhere. The access doors that or in the bottom of the walls. I wanted to do some kind of video that involved that though, just like a quick little skit, like a 15-20 second video, probably about a minute. We're gonna say, Da Vinci, you're lying. You know that video is gonna be an hour long. But I wanted to try to do this thing, you know. It was like going from hell to heaven. The door that you have to pass through to get from hell to heaven. I wanted to try to do that though, to feel the experience and capture on camera, you know. Where I'm on the freeway side, you know, and I'm on the freeway side, and I park close to the door. What's down? Something's in the water. Probably the fishies escaping the fishermen. But yeah, I wanted to film this as you go from hell. You know, you're surrounded by the loud cars and stuff on the freeway, the loud tailpipes, the race cars who are, you know, racing on the freeway, causing accidents, that kind of stuff. The loud tractor trailers. And whatever's on the freeway. And then you turn around and you see this door, and you just open up the door, and all you see is this. It's like going from hell to heaven. I had that idea long time ago. But you know what? I don't know if those doors are locked. I don't know if those doors are locked. You're going to say, all you have to do is go find out. Well, good point. What a shame I'm the only one out here. There should be 100,000 people out here. They don't know what they're missing. Tell you what, if I was the owner of a state park, I would require everybody to come out, as long as they don't litter and hunt. It's a shame when you have something like this with nobody in it. Except one person at the time, at the moment. But a lot of you out there, you're going to be just like me. You're going to say the same thing. You're going to say, that's a good thing, though. Because there's not a lot of people out here. It can be peace and quiet for you to just get away from it all. No frog. Sorry. Get away from it all. I'm the one who threw that up here 3 years ago. Never forget it. Well, I tossed it up here. It probably was moved around a little bit over time as the water's smoked a little bit too much over the course of a weekend that they were partying out here. Man, dang it, idiot. Fool. What a fool. Should always be carrying garbage bags with me. The idiot. Well, the truth is, yes, I desire to get it all up. I do. Every last bit. Every last morsel. Even if it costs me a lot of time, I'll do it. And I've done it before. I know, you're right. There's always going to be more to come. I mean, there's this one heavenly spot that I only go to about 2 or 3 times a year. I mean, you talk about heaven. And I got to go out there and try to look for some carvings and all. It's nowhere near here. It's like, I'd say 45 miles from here, just about. And it's this creek that just flows through the landscape. And it's nothing but bedrock all the way through for a good half a mile, I think. But you can't really walk on it because it's real slippery. And it's beautiful. There's like no sand, there's no rocks, there's no gravel bars, there's nothing at all. It's nothing but this shimmering granite bedrock. And even the cliff on the side of it, like the bank, is nothing but this large sloping bedrock. Well, not the river, it's like a giant creek. Well, where am I going? Stay over here. And the waterway has been carving its way through that for, I'd say, at least 50,000 years. At least 50,000. And when I go out there all the time, up on whatever you call is the bank, what is considered the bank, I guess, the sandy zone where all the plants and stuff are, it's nothing but a crap load of garbage. And I feel so bad because you're looking at something so perfect. You're experiencing a place that is like unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable out there. And on the other side, right next to it, is nothing but 10 to 15 garbage bag loads of garbage all over the place. Mostly, typical plastic bottles, that kind of thing. Aluminum cans, kid toys, balls, all that kind of stuff. But I got to go out there soon and pick it all up and walk 1.5 miles back to the vehicle. Quite the challenge indeed. A challenge I'm definitely willing to go through. No matter how bad it hurts. Hello? It's probably going to take an entire weekend, though, to pick up most of it. I'm going to get all of it, though. I have to. I can't just leave anything out there left. I got to pick it all up. Yeah. It's almost to the point, if I left one little thing, I'd feel bad. I'll drive back there after dark and go get it. Imagine how long it would take us if I was on the kayak. I mean, to get back to the boat ramp, not where I parked. It wouldn't take too long to get back to where I parked. It's like that scene in the Field of Dreams. Can't cross the gravel. Can't step on the roots. It's illegal. Is that an alcoholic beverage? Celsius. No, it's not. I've had this before. If you drank this thing right here, you'd be off the chain for real. You'd be able to pick up all the garbage out here in less than an hour. I'm shooting a 1 hour long video and then some, just for a bunch of words on a video. And a bunch of images for the ages. if it's illegal to pick up the garbage though? I don't know. I know it's illegal to pick up garbage at a certain age. I know that. Like if it's over 50 years old or something like that. Like if there was an aluminum can out here, which it wouldn't be anyway, it'd be degraded away with time, kind of. Or a tin can out here, if there was like a tin can or something. Or if there was some kind of piece of garbage that's more than 50 years old, I think it's illegal to pick it up. Like this, I can't pick this up and throw it in the Da Vinci vehicle. I can't. It's illegal because it's considered an artifact. Quite an artifact indeed. Could I roll that back though? Just trying to think about the strength of my body, that's all. Sorry. Don't want to step on it. Got to get the styrofoam when you can, though. I know today's not the day. I know it's not. It's not going anywhere, though. But the styrofoam you got to get, just like the plastic bottles, it'll never make it to 50 years. It won't, because it'll crumble, which is a good thing. But the problem is that after just a few years, it'll crumble to the point where you can't even pick it up. And it'll just litter the landscape even more over time. It'll just be a bunch of little plastic shards all over the place that the ducks and the deer end up eating on. Well, they help out with the process too, in a backwards A way. They do. They start chewing on it because they think it's something good to chew on. And they get things started off in the wrong way. Yeah, well, I know there's a lot left out here, but get something at least. What I'm about to tell you I've done before, though, I have, like today, for instance, I know it's getting dark out here. I only have about 35, less than that. Actually, I have about 17 minutes before it gets really dark out here. And there have been a few times where I made it to some place and realized I made a mistake by not bringing out the garbage bags. Taking pictures. And I would just go back out after dark and just clean up with my flashlight. Just go back to the vehicle, get a garbage bag or two, and just come back out, back in the dark. Try to use the flashlight to see, pick up what I remember seeing, and hoping that I didn't forget anything. But it's hard to forget anything when you're in an unforgettable place. Can't believe I'm down to 17% on the battery. Go figure. Beautiful. Easy way to hurt some ankles. Just gotta do it right. Where am I going? Yeah, oops. Watch where you step. It's not easy being cheesy. Like my videos. Oh, look at that. I don't know if someone did that or if that was just falling there. That's cool right there, though. Oops. My headphones got caught on the root. Look at the different colors, though. I know that face is in there somewhere. I'm trying to get some verticals in, some portrait styles. If you don't mind. There we go. Love you, God. Love you dearly. Yeah, not a day has gone by in the past 3 weeks since I made one of my videos, and I'll never forget this EVP that I heard. I think it had to be the Almighty. I know you're laughing, you're banging on the desk and acting all crazy when I talk about that, but I mean, one of the better ones in my videos, guys. I'm sorry. I was out there at one time when I was talking about, I think I told you this in one of my previous videos, when I was talking about it. But I was in that creek and it was frigid cold outside, and I was talking about, who was the beginning, and someone said we are. And the winds were blowing really hard at that moment, like they were flying by with their laws of nature. And someone else later said, and within a couple of seconds, maybe about 20 seconds later, and someone said, "What do you want from me?" Sounded like a big booming voice from the sky right in front of me. Someone said, "What do you want from me?" I think that might have been the God. Had to have been. I recognize that voice. I recognize the way they talk. It's like a loudspeaker, really. Within the frequency, it's like a loudspeaker. What do you want from me? And every time I've gone out since then, after understanding all the EVPs and all the answers I've gotten in many of my videos, like that same video when someone said, you already heard me talk about before. They say you must save God's life. You must save God's life. And every time I go out and I put those two answers together, you must save God's life. And then the other one pitches in and says, what do you want from me? I'm trying to get the trail marker in. Can't see it. Know your surroundings. Yeah, but every time I've gone out since then, when I'm off camera, I would start talking. And I keep telling the Almighty, if it is them who is asking, what do I want from them? I just tell them, I want you to live. I don't want anything else now. I don't. Dang. Earphone holders right there. I can tell that from a mile away. But ever since then, every time I go out and I'm talking, I just tell God, I'm like, Almighty, the God, Yahweh, all of you combined as the God, Allah, all of them. But it's just one, under many names, that the human race believes in. The God, life, everything involved with it out here in the universe. And I tell them, all I want is for you to live. And I'll do what I can to save it. Oh, beautiful. Cool. Look at that one. Bam. All I want you to do is live. That's all I want from you. Now I'm saying it on camera. Almighty, the God, Allah, Yahweh, all I want from you is for you to live. That's it. I don't need the sexy ladies now. I don't. There's something more important now. To wish for, to want from God, and that's for them to live. Wonder what would happen if everybody in the human race went out and said the same thing at least 3 times a week, and also did something about it besides just, cut them down in many respects. I need to start going out later times in the near future, and just ask, how are we supposed to save God? How do we save God's life? I'm looking. I think I'm sitting in front of their eye right now. Hold on. Oh, the camera's not going to pick it up though. Oh, look, it's a snake. Cool. Yeah, I can't get the angle right. Got to be further back. Love you dearly. And you know I do. Yeah, I gotta start asking that. How am I supposed to save God's life? How do we do it? What are we supposed to do? I guess it's a lot of things. Clean up the garbage, clean up the death, so they don't see it. They don't have to be around it. Makes them feel alive when you pick up the death. Clean up after them. Clean up after yourself. Quit killing it. Let nature take its course. But not kill it. What else? Clean up the atmosphere. The list probably goes on and on. Yeah. But without God's life, the life of God, there won't be any of us. at all, ever. For the human race that ever says, what do I care? I'll be gone by then. You hear that millions of times, especially from the younger ones. What do I care about this kind of stuff? What do I care about the environment? What do I care about this? What do I care about that? I'll be gone by then. How do you know you don't come back? Snake heaven right here later on. Reference picture. Always take pictures of your life, no matter how simple it may seem, may be. Hey, there's people over there fishing next to the bridge. Dang, look at that image. That's what it looks like when you don't get any waves out here. All I'm thinking about right now is someone coming up behind me and pushing me from behind. Oh, there's a spider trying to make their web. No, that's just a net. I thought they were trying to climb up there or something like that. I was about to get out of their territory. Yeah, they got the grand spot over there where they're sitting on that rock. I'm looking. It's almost like today's Christmas Eve and tomorrow's Christmas Day. It's almost like I don't want to go home. But what if I'm already home? Got a big day ahead of us tomorrow. I'm playing with the gradient of the sky, like I'm in Photoshop. The original Photoshop. I'm not talking about the program itself, I'm talking about this is the original Photoshop. I'm going to sit down for the rest of the night. I'll see you later. See you tomorrow. We might find some monumental things tomorrow. I don't want to leave too early. This is too nice. See you later.